Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm using a different camera today. Welcome to Tuesday, May 5th. It's crazy. We're already into May. I hope that this is finding you well and safe. This is week, I don't know, in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. If you're like me, you're losing track of time. It's hard to remember even what day it is. So I love being able to bring these videos to you because it keeps me on track. So if you've been following me on social media, this is International Coaching Week, which I'm thrilled about, and we are celebrating this week. And before I get into this, if you've not met me before, I am Piper Harris with Poema Women's Success Coaching. I'm the coach and CEO, where I empower women to heightened leadership. And so I love what I do. So back to this week. This week is all about celebrating International Coaching Week. International Coaching Day is tomorrow, which I'm thrilled about. So International Coaching Week, sorry, my hair's getting in my mouth, is really about celebrating coaches worldwide, as well as our clients that we are working with to empower, to give you the accountability and the focus that you are desiring. And so this week, I'm just sharing some quick tips to help you to apply to your personal life or your professional life. So I want to get into that today. I've been talking a lot about emotional resilience. I've been talking about how to rethink your stress because obviously those things are going on right now. This morning, I listened to a really interesting podcast on work life with Adam Grant. Love Adam Grant. If you don't listen to him, listen to him. If you don't read his books, read his books. He's an organizational psychologist. And what I love about work life is that he talks to people about how to make work not suck. Isn't that great? Well, in celebration of International Coaching Week, my job does not suck. Now, are there parts of my job I'm not super awesome or happy about? Of course, but that's like any job, you know, who likes to do accounting? And some people do, but not me. So what I loved about what he talked about today is he spoke with a gentleman who actually used to be this like world-renowned French horn player, okay? And so apparently when it comes to playing in the orchestra or whatever it may be, that skill set just gets better and better and better as they practice. And as we know over the years, we've heard about personal mastery takes about 10,000 hours. So this gentleman was talking about his experience as a French horn player and that it was like in his blood. It was his life's meaning. He dropped out of college and he finally got the AOK, the You're Going to Carnegie Hall. So huge. And he was talking about that in his mid-20s, he really did start noticing that he was struggling with his craft, with his expertise. So he got tutors and all that stuff. So he was at Carnegie Hall and he's getting ready to play and they asked him on stage to talk and guess what happened? Something he doesn't even know. His foot slipped out from under him and he fell 5 feet into the crowd, obviously hurt himself, broke his French horn. I mean, just awful, such an awful experience. And it was that day that he learned the career that I have always done is done for me. And that it was just this real life altering and very painful experience. So what they were talking about in this podcast is, do we lose our expertise, our greatness in the current job we're having at a certain age? So do we lose our creative ability? This was the gentleman's perspective. Whereas Adam Grant says, I believe we lose the motivation to keep going. Does that make sense? So they were talking about that typically you're going to see a decline on that kind of that fluid intelligence, the attention or the ideas that are happening, the creativity, that starts to decline at the end of your 20s, okay? So that's the fluid intelligence. And so you're going to see a lot of like our millennials that are just amazing with fluid intelligence because they're just grabbing ideas from here and here and here and they're applying things and you know, you're really seeing that. And you are seeing that a lot right now, right? With our pandemic, we're seeing a lot of people pivoting and using that fluid intelligence to be creative with how they get their work life done. Whereas this gentleman was saying, you know, I think that the fluid intelligence declines. And so then you just have to be prepared in your 30s and 40s to pivot and find something else. So now this gentleman is a social psychologist. or a social researcher. So all that to be said, Adam Grant said, I really don't think that that's the case. I think that as we get older, 30s, 40s, we're in our career, maybe we lose the motivation, maybe we become comfortable, maybe what's important to us, like the money, the job, or whatever, becomes less important because we have families and all of those things that are just kind of changing the scale of what's important in our life. So it got me thinking about how are you maintaining your motivation right now during this coronavirus, or if you're of my age, 40 plus, are you finding that you're struggling with those creative thought processes, especially right now in the middle of this coronavirus? And so as I was thinking about that, I have to agree with both gentlemen that in my 20s, when I was working in nonprofits, you really did have to be very creative with how am I going to use this grant money? How am I going to budget it? How am I going to get other organizations and government officials and community members involved in this? It was a very creative process. How am I going to get more eyes from the public on us? It was just a very creative process, and it was always moving the pieces on the board. Whereas I started getting older, I could see those moves, but they might have taken me longer to get there. And I have to say, in the last probably 10 years, it has become harder for myself as an entrepreneur to pivot. Not to say that I can't pivot, but it's become harder to find those creative ways to present information to you, to change my programming, to transform myself into a better coach. So those things have become a little harder for me to put together. However, I have maintained the motivation to keep growing and keep learning and keep transforming myself. So I've got both of those. So with you, do you feel like you've lost the ability, the deep, fluid ability to be creative in your current job, and you feel like you need to shift and transition? Or do you believe you've lost the motivation to keep doing the job that you're doing? Something to think about. I'm really excited this week. I have a woman starting with me, and we are going to be digging into her life leadership. And so where she's at is she is at a pivotal moment in her life. She is going to be retiring in about 5 years. And so our job together is to really define and determine what her poema is, her masterpiece, and what are those steps that we're going to take to make sure she can actualize that when she retires. She's being really thoughtful and thinking, okay, I need to think about this now. I have about 5 years, so I need to start transitioning and start thinking about that. So I'm going to ask her, hey, do you feel like you're not as good as at your job? Do you feel like your skills aren't as sharp as they used to be? Or do you feel like you've lost motivation? So I want to ask you the same thing, because here's what I think. I think that, and I've been saying this through the entire pandemic, is that there's an opportunity for all of us to grow. There's an opportunity for all of us to grow and to transform during this pandemic. Now, is it always easy? Absolutely not. Have I shed a lot of tears over the way our world is and everything shifting for my boys? And yes, absolutely. But I also think that there's a great opportunity for you to use this stress and use the strain and funnel this into heightening your motivation to redefine your skills, redefine your dreams, to sharpen those skills and practice reigniting motivation. And how do you reignite motivation? Well, for me, it's consistent action. So what can you be consistent in? What is it that you're missing? A skill, maybe something that is exciting for you and you enjoy doing. Maybe it's some sort of art, maybe it's reading, maybe it's writing, maybe it's singing. Whatever it is, consistently practice this. Because here's the thing. If we can consistently practice those things that give us joy, then it becomes a habit. And that habit motivates us to do more and more and more. So ask yourself today, have I lost motivation during this pandemic? Have I lost motivation with my current job? Is it because I no longer, I no longer have that level of skills that I had before, or is it simply I lost motivation? And how can I increase my motivation? So something to think about today. Something to think about today is a fabulous podcast. It really got me thinking. So I hope this finds you doing well. Make sure to check out all my other videos. I'm making sure to post everything on my website, piperharris.net/COVID, so that, there's resources for you. Nobody wants to just sit and watch the news all day, or maybe you do, but how is that for your heart and your mind? And there's all kinds of great lunch and learns that I've been putting on. So speaking of Lunch and Learns, we have a special Lunch and Learn tomorrow. So tomorrow is International Coaching Day. So tomorrow, I'm bringing something different to you. It's called Lunch and Learn Live. So it is going to be at my Facebook page, facebook.com/Poema Coaching, Poiema. I know it's hard. And so come visit me at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm taking your questions. Ask me anything. And this is really about International Coaching Day. I want to help you. I want to spur creativity in you and motivation in you. I want to do whatever I can to help you in celebration of this International Coaching Day. So thanks so much for joining me today again at Piper Harris with Poema Women's Success Coaching. I'm here to empower you into heightened leadership, whether that's personally or professionally. And I know that you can get there. I'd love to talk to you if you need some help with that. So I will see everybody tomorrow, International Coaching Day, Lunch and Learn Live. Ask me anything, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Talk to you all soon. Thanks.